Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to talk about how to end 2022 on a really strong note and how to start 2023 in the best way possible. First of all, this is my third year in a row making this video. I'm so excited and this is definitely the best one yet. I've been looking everywhere from blogs to videos to Pinterest and I've compiled everything, so this is going to be the most comprehensive guide you can find on how to end 2022 in the best way possible. And also I wanted to talk about this because, like in the way where your morning routine actually starts at night with your night routine, 2023 actually starts at the end of 2022. I hope that makes sense, but we're going to get into it. And historically in these other videos I have included my goals for the next year, but I am actually pre-filming this video because I will be away traveling. Do check out my Instagram and my TikTok for more real-time updates. And I really didn't want to rush my goal setting. I wanted it to be candid, so it won't be included in this video, but do keep an eye out for my goals video coming later. So let's get into it, starting off how to end 2022 strong and how to get in the best mindset to start 2023. So first of all, I always say this, you have to live seasonally, and I've actually seen a massive trend of this, so I'm really glad because I think this is the best way to stay in a positive mindset all year round. Now, for full disclosure, winter and autumn are my favorite months. I don't personally struggle with it the way some people might, but of course there are all biological things like getting less vitamin D at this time of year, so this is something we all need to focus on. So to live seasonally, what you want to do is obviously make the most of the season you're in. So at this time of year, you really want to just throw yourself into the holidays, make the most of it, whatever holidays you're celebrating, and also the colder weather and the winter season. You don't want to spend your entire winter pining for summer. Like, I try my best not to spend my entire summer pining for winter, but you need to make the most of these things because soon it will be spring and you won't be able to do these cold weather things anymore. So find things you love to do in the winter and obviously things you love to do in the current holiday season. So for example, if you celebrate Christmas, you might really like putting up a Christmas tree and having the lights on in the evening, or in general just spending this time of year with family is so nice. But also when the holidays are over, you want to find things you love and enjoy just about the colder weather in general. So I personally really enjoy walking when it's colder because then you don't get all sweaty and gross, especially when it's like a clear cold day. That is my ideal walking weather. Or if you're into coffee or anything like that, I love having a hot drink in the morning. In fact, I really like actually drinking it outside because then you get the contrast of like being all cozy with your hot drink and having the colder weather. So you want to find these things that you guys enjoy during the cold weather because you can bring this into January and February when it is cold but you don't have the holidays to keep you going, and you might need a bit more motivation because these things are still going to make you feel like warm and happy and they're going to be perfect to bring you through to 2023. So the next thing is, and this is something new I wanted to mention, is to be intentional about the media you're consuming. So first of all, quick little plug, I did a video on podcasts to listen to for New Year's productivity and I highly recommend that because what I'm going to talk about is being intentional and being critical and reflexive about what you're actually consuming. You want to be consuming things that are putting you in a really positive and happy mindset. It's like, I'm really into manifestation and visualization, and all that is telling yourself things like affirmations and visualizing things through vision boards or writing things down. So if you're seeing these things constantly or you're listening to these things constantly, you're in some way sort of like visualizing or consuming and digesting that yourself. So for example, when I was younger, I used to be really into like true crime, and whilst I still appreciate these things, and I want to reiterate, these things are going to be different for everyone, so be reflexive about how it impacts you personally. Don't just take what I'm saying as like a blanket topics you should avoid or not listen to or should or shouldn't listen to. Anyway, so for my example, say like true crime, I have anxiety, and whilst these are really interesting and really well produced, this would spike my anxiety and not make me feel so good. But I try not to watch these videos as much as I would previously just because these things didn't motivate me. So at the end of the day, it's not even about not consuming these things, it's about rather filling up what you consume more with things that inspire and motivate you, and then leaving these other things that you might enjoy but aren't necessarily the best for you. Leave them for when you really just want some entertainment or are really in the mood for it. So the best thing you can do is curate your feeds. If there is a person or a topic that inspires you, then go out of your way to subscribe to them and to find more channels like this or more podcasts like that. And I'm giving you permission to unsubscribe or say you're not interested in anything that doesn't serve you and doesn't make you feel amazing. So for example, sometimes I'll see things on TikTok which I kind of enjoy and I'll watch the whole video, but then they don't particularly make me feel good. Like maybe it's one of those scary like Reddit posts, and even if I kind of enjoy it, I'll press I'm not interested because when I'm looking at my TikTok feed, it isn't the best social media for endless scrolling. So when I am endless scrolling, I do want to fill it up with things that inspire me, like recipes or morning routines, stuff like that. I hope that all makes sense. And I'm also giving you permission to go through your social media, and if there's anyone you follow from like years ago or people you don't really like or their content doesn't speak to you, you do not need to be following them. And at the end of the day, it does not matter. It does not matter what they think if you might unfollow them. The next thing you can do is to declutter, but most of all fix small annoyances. So I wanted to go further than just saying to clean and declutter your space, but of course let's start with that. Now is a great time to do any things that only need to be done, like say every month or every year obviously. So these might be things like deep cleaning your oven, deep cleaning your carpet, cleaning out a junk drawer, everything like that. Now is a great time to declutter and to clean some of those spaces. But this is the thing that I think is going to change your mindset for 2023 going into the new year, and I actually got this one from a Forbes article. It was very interesting and it really spoke to me. That is to address these little things you see in your life that just like mildly annoy you and they're always on your to-do list and you always say you're going to get to it. In this December, if you see it, you're going to do it because you're going to feel so much better at the end of it. So for example, do you have a phone case that is like a bit old and every time you see it you're like, oh, I need to get a new one, but you haven't got around to doing it yet? Do it now. Do you have a pile of clothes that you need to donate? Donate the clothes. Is your camera roll full of screenshots that you need to delete and you're constantly running out of storage? Do that now because you're going to feel so much better at the end of it. The next thing you can do is to get ahead. So like I said, 2023 starts at the end of 2022. So if there are any goals or routines that you know you want to start, why not start them now, or at least start thinking about them a bit deeper? So if you want to start waking up earlier, say like 7 a.m, why don't you try get off at 7:30 in December, or 8, depending on when you're waking up, but start making steps towards that routine. Or for example, if you want to incorporate more movement into your routines, I think December is a great time to try out a bunch of new workouts, maybe try out some classes or get to know your gym and try out different machines to know what you actually are really into, and then you can set goals accordingly. For example, you might try out yoga but you don't actually like it, and then you'll try out spin and love it. So then you can set more intentional and specific goals because you've already started. And the next thing you can do is to reflect and be grateful for 2022. I'm sure you've done absolutely so much this year, so now is the perfect time to take note of that. Really acknowledge everything you've done. This is a way to be really intentional about the way we're living and the way we're thinking, and also remind yourself of everything you've done and to be proud of yourself because you have done so much. And it is also great to see all the good things that have happened and also let go of any negativity that is weighing on us. So now I have 16 journal prompts that are going to help you with just that. Okay, let's start off with the 2022 reflections. What were your highlights from each month of 2022? What is one thing you're proud of doing this year? What is one thing you've learned this year? What is one challenge that you took on this year? What is something new you tried this year? What are some of your favorite things that made this year? What is one new thing you want to do in 2023? And what are you acknowledging and accepting but you need to leave it behind in 2022? All right, now onto the gratitude prompts. List the people you are glad you connected with this year. What is something that brought comfort to you this year? What is your favorite book from this year? What is something you loved cooking this year? What is your favorite movie or TV show from 2022? Were there any difficult situations this year that actually turned out to have hidden blessings? What is one activity you love doing this year? And what is one thing you love about yourself? Alright, I am so proud of this video. I feel like I've compiled a really good list of everything for you guys in one spot. Share this with any other people that you think might want to know how to end their year on the best note possible. And please do like if you did like this video, and please do subscribe because I'd love to see you guys next time. And thank you again so much for watching.